Welcome back to the channel. Today I've got the 2023, finally, Z4 M40i. This is in the new color for the LCI Lifecycle Impulse or Refresh in Portimao Blue. Also new to the car is Skyscraper Gray and Thunder Night Metallic, and we'll hope to have those on the channel relatively soon, at least for the Thunder Night. But Lifecycle Impulse or Refresh for the G29 chassis. It's very hard to tell really what's changed, although it's not as subtle as, say, the 8 Series LCI, because you can tell right away is that the grille has changed from basically like that sort of like slots going down, or slats, faux slats I should say, into this honeycomb look, which matches the rest of the grille. So that's the change. Also note that we have the BMW 50th anniversary. Also note we have the 50th anniversary BMW M emblem. This car was built in December, which is why it still has it. And the other slight change, from what I can tell, is the intake over on the right or left-hand side. Slightly different shape, but otherwise everything looks very similar. The headlights are also shadow lined, which I thought was part of the package before. I could be mistaken on that one. But other than that, from the outside, from the front, that appears to be the only real noticeable changes. And moving over to the side, we've got the style 799M wheels. They are in black. And we've also got, for the first time in my memory, tires other than Michelin Pilot Super Sports. These are the Continental Sport Contact 6 tires rather than those Super Sports. But that's a first from my memory from seeing one M40i being delivered without those. And here's your side profile. Of course, with right now the top is up in the standard black soft top. Then moving towards the back of the vehicle, I don't think anything's really changed on the back, just comparing this car to pictures of the pre-LCI 2022 model. And still have those 50th anniversary BMW M emblems on the back. Z4 M40i badging in cerium gray, which is probably the last car that's going to have it still on there. But, you know, pretty classic roadster look on the G29. Here's the Portimao Blue out of direct sunlight. This is going to be the case for a few minutes anyway. But I don't think anything's changed on the side. Basically, the front has changed very slightly. There are a few other options on the inside, which luckily this car has, and we'll talk about those momentarily. So opening up, we have the black Vernasca leather with Alcantara. That, I'm pretty sure, is new for the 2023 model, which took a long time to be updated. Our seats here, the sport seats, basically from, I think it's the 2 Series Grand Coupe M Sport seats, as well as I think the X2, maybe the X1 as well, previous generation I should say. So you can see the blue contrast stitching. There is some Alcantara, basically on the head restraint up here, and a little bit down the shoulders here. And then on the door panel, so this is all Alcantara with blue contrast stitching. It's a very nice touch. Maybe not quite Portimao Blue, but I think it complements the exterior color pretty well. Alright, so the inside, you can see blue contrast stitching on the Sensitech up here on the dashboard. iDrive 7, which means we did not get iDrive 8 in this vehicle. And it's probably, I think, maybe, 2 more model years left of the Z4 before I'm sure it just disappears completely. So we did option the active cruise control on this Z4. Here are their controls for the active cruise control on the left-hand side of the steering wheel. And then you have the trim here is the aluminum trim with mesh effect. And this is basically the only way you're going to see it here, basically on the center console here, where the gear selector is. Of course, iDrive 7 means you still have the gear selector. And controls for the hard... and the controls for the soft top, not the hard top. All right, so let's talk about pricing. So the starting price of the Z4 M40i 2023 is $65,300. Metallic paint, another $650. The Vernasca black leather, as well as the Alcantara, is $1,250. Driving assistance package for another $700. Shadowline package for another $950. $1,350 for the premium package, which gets you the heads-up display as well as the parking assistant. There's no parking 360 cameras on this one. $600 for the 799M wheels, $200 for the emblems, $550 for the active cruise control, $875 for Harman Kardon. We added the wheel locks and the first aid kit. You see the prices there. So all told, MSRP of $73,585. But not bad. But you know what you're getting into with the Roadster. Well, we're going to drop the top right now. I'm going to drop the top. The whole process does not take very long. And it's done. So we're going to hop out, pop the trunk as well as the hood. And take a walk around the vehicle with the top down. Those little rollover bars here that'll shoot out in gloss black, Z4 emblem there as well. Alright, so opening up the vehicle, opening up the trunk. So top down, you know, it's not that bad of a trunk size given it's a Roadster and pretty small already. So decent size trunk for that, and you do have a little pass-through segment up there as well. No powered trunk or tailgate. All right, so take a step back and we'll walk around our Z4 M40i with the top down. So you take this in. The sun's coming out slightly, so we get a little bit more of the Portimao Blue in the sun, hopefully. We'll make our way towards the hood. Then open up this thing here. It really opens up basically the entire front end. So underneath the hood is the B58 inline-six 3-liter turbo engine. It's got 382 horsepower and 369 torques. So very powerful engine, of course common across the M performance models in the 40i range. Alright, continue our tour around the Z4. So only 2 more model years left of production. I imagine this car does not survive to, I guess, technically a 4th generation, including the Z3, the OG one. But Portimao Blue looks really good on this car. Excited to see Thunder Knight Metallic, as well as the Skyscraper Gray on this Z4. Well, that's it for a quick tour around it, and we'll see you at the next video.